All right. Um, I don't know what to work on today. I might work on something new today. Keep grinding? Yeah, I'm gonna try. That's the plan, man. Um, Hold on. I'm gonna share my screen real soon. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm at in this project. What was I doing last time I was doing this? My bad. I'm taking a bit longer today because I'm trying to start this new project that I not super new, but I'm just trying to figure out which project was it. I have so many of the similar projects that I forget what I was doing, you know. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Sargath, what's happening? How about Claudebot to Moltbot to Meltbot? I don't know much about Claudebot, but I heard they gotta change their name to Moltbot. I don't know what Meltbot is though. I've never used Claudebot before. um, all right, here we go. I think it's time. KJ Betts, good morning to you. All right, here we go. Here we go. About to share the screen, man. Did I go live on YouTube? I forget. Yeah, I did. All right. Kind of getting bored of working on midnightsimon.com, so I'm gonna switch it up today, man. I'm gonna be working on Type Blazor, if I can remember what we're doing last. So first, I gotta clone some things. Alright, we got this Type Blazor server and we got Type Blazor. So I'm just gonna run it to see where we're at. What's the state of things going on? Let's see. How do I start anything? npm install, perhaps. Man, I got lots of deprecated warnings. Maybe I should try and upgrade some things, huh? Alright, so that's in the Type Blazor. So how do I run that? npm run dev. But also, I need to run the server, so I don't know how to run this server, man. I just run this build thing. Fractal Cow, thank you very much for the follow. Do I have a Docker thing I can just load up the dang Docker? I don't even know if that Docker thing works. Well, I guess we could try it. But, I guess I should get Claude running to advise me. I was messing around with the Claude skills last night, man. They're kind of interesting. Everyone says there are so many skills and like 99% of them are kind of useless, but there are some skills out there that are like very valuable. And one of them that people say it's really good, it's called Super Power. And I've been using that one, but I don't have it in this, so let me install it here. What's it called? Super Powers. Alright, so this one says it built my server. I don't know if it works. How can I tell? I mean, clearly something didn't work there, right? I don't remember anything. I'm gonna just ask it, man. I want to run Type Blazor server, but why am I typing to it? I gotta talk to it. But I forgot how to build it and run it and everything. Can you tell me how to build my server and run it? Oh man, I'm tired. Alright. Oh geez. We gotta run all this stuff. Alright, let's just do the Docker thing. Hyper, what's happening? Is this cursor? Nah. The best bee. You making a website? I'm trying to, man. I am trying to. I'm trying to build a typing website right now. Have you considered using Astro? I have not. I don't really know what Astro is. What is Astro? Astro.build. I mean, I heard the name, but I don't really know what it is, man. Content-driven websites. It's like a WordPress. Yeah, I'm not making a WordPress type of site, though. Alright, let me see if this backend is gonna work. I guess we'll just start the Docker container, and hopefully that's enough. And then I'll show you guys. So I started this project last summer, a long time ago, and then I took some time off of doing anything. I was going through some life transitions. I quit my job and all that stuff. Moved out of New York, you know, so I didn't really have much time to be working on side projects. So this project has been dormant for like 8 months. So I'm just trying to remember what I was doing and then continue where I left off. And I'll give you a demo of the project as soon as things start to build or finish building. But it's pretty much a typing website. I need to get myself organized. That's what I really need to do. But dang, it takes so long to build a Docker image container thing. This must be a bumping project, man. It's a crazy back end. Man, it's only step 5 out of 12. Jeez. Just downloading all types of things. Doing all types of things. Alright, we're making progress. It's about to get ready. Dang, how many steps this thing got? Alright, we are good to go now. So I gotta run it. Let's do this. Is it gonna work? Oh, it's working. Alright, here we go. This is the project, man. It's called Type Blazor. And to put it in a bikini. What are you talking about, man? Stanislaus DP, how you doing? Or Stan, I don't even know what your name says, but welcome. Alright, it's just a little typing game. You type some stuff. I think the red color is a little bit controversial because it looks wrong, but it's supposed to be blazing. You know, the faster you type, the more glow you get. People in X are just asking the AIs to put things in bikinis. Yeah, I'm not caught up with the latest trends, man. Alright, so that is the gist of this project. So why do I even have a server like this? This is the multiplayer server that we just built in Docker. It's a C++ server, and I'm not sure if it works, but I'm gonna try it real quick. So I just create a room. I'll make a new incognito window, join the room. So can I get them side by side? Kinda. Alright, I'm gonna just start and we'll see what's up. I don't even know if my WPMs are accurate, but it feels good. There's a lot of bugs with the colors and stuff. Alright, so they both work. And that's the project, man. So this is pretty much all I got. I don't even really have authentication or anything yet. So I got to work on a bunch of features to get this ready for production. Roxanne, how you doing? A new typing game. Yeah, this is a typing game that I started a few months ago and never finished. So, alright. Now that I've given you a little demo, time to let Claude take it over, man. So how are we gonna do that? Maybe I'll try this superpowers brainstorm thing, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna just tell it to review my project and help me make a plan to finish it. Does the timer start instantly or on the first key up? I'm not sure. I think in the multiplayer it starts whenever the timer, the countdown finishes, like to begin the race. So it's not based on when person first presses the keystroke in multiplayer. It's from the time of the lobby or the game. Are you on a pro or max plan? I'm on the max plan, and I'm not even using, I'm like 1 week into the max plan, and I need to figure out a way to use more tokens because I'm not using it efficiently. I'm not even touching my limits, man. So I need to go harder, or I need to downgrade my plan to like the 100. I'm on the $200 max plan. I'm gonna have to use some crazy techniques to try and get the most out of that max plan. I'm doing horrible, but pushing through. After Hurricane Melissa, I didn't have internet for 2 months, and it halted my coding process. But yeah, so dang. Sorry to hear about Melissa. Man, 2 months, no internet. You must be on the west coast or something, man. Are you like in Black River or St. Elizabeth, Negril? Maybe in Montego Bay? I don't know if... Because I know some of my friends in... Alright, I have some east side. Dang. East side got no internet. St. Mary, dang, I'm from St. Mary, man. You didn't have internet for 2 months in St. Mary? Crazy. Anyways, well, at least I grew up in St. Mary, near St. Anne. But I guess my house is in Jamaica. It's in like a little valley. So usually for hurricanes, you don't really get crazy winds over there. I think Hurricane Melissa didn't do too much damage to the house, like my mom's house in St. Mary. But I have a cousin in Negril, and his whole property got destroyed. I have some relatives of some relatives in Black River, and the whole place got demolished. Hey, BetSimp, what's happened? How you doing? Good morning. Wait, crazy techniques are sub agents plus other instances through tmux. Yeah, so I know some crazy techniques like the orchestrator sub-agent pattern. There's also the way to do multiple instances with like get work trees and stuff. So I've been using that one instead of an orchestrator and sub-agents. I've been using multiple agents in the same repo with get work trees, and I've been manually like overseeing each instance. But I've only been running 2 in parallel, but I think I need to step it up. I think I can manage 3 or 4. I just need to like fine tune my process. Does your accent change when talking to family from home? For sure it does. Not just family, but if I'm back home, my accent changes. Slowly it gets more and more native. And then if I'm leaving, or if I'm talking to somebody, from Jamaica, it comes out too. I can't help that. Especially if they're talking back to me in Patois, I'll speak back to them. But, it's hard to speak it to people who don't speak it, because it feels weird. It feels like I'm just like a dang. I don't know. I don't know what the word is to describe it. I guess in Jamaica you call it a poppy show. Portnoy, how you doing? What's poppin' today? Today I'm working on a new project, man. Wait, you can still do work trees with an orchestrator that handles all the other sub-agents tmux instances. Yeah, I've been meaning to try and elevate my parallelism game for Claude. Slowly working on it though. This is my second week of vibe coding, almost full time. Alright, so here we go, man. I just opened up this plugin called, it's a skills called Brains or Superpower, and I'm using the brainstorm thing to try and like figure out what my project needs. I'm gonna just tell it, I'm gonna just talk to it. I want you to analyze my project, both TypeBlazer and the TypeBlazer server, and figure out what we need to do in order to get this project launched. Please ask me questions to clarify things that you're unsure about. And please let me know of any decisions I should be making that seem like you don't know what to choose. Alright, I'm gonna just tell it that and see what's up. It's easier to learn that what people make it sound. Wait, what are things that do that? I was thinking about coding one to do that. Hey, Enrosis, what's happening, man? How you doing? Are you getting ready to go into the office on a Tuesday? Hey, Brian Hernandez from YouTube. How you doing? How am I? I'm doing all right. Working on trying to finish some unfinished projects. Gym first, then going in. What you doing in the gym today, man? Are you like, is it a chest day? Is it a legs day? Cardio only? What's up? Pumping iron for sure, right? Or are you doing like some yoga or something like that? Alright, what does launch to you mean? I guess it means, oh shit, I didn't want to press up. It means public beta. I just tell one instance to delegate tasks and then to rebuild the commit history by cherry picking. For instance, I have rules in my agents.md to only work in work trees, so the subordinate agents will automatically isolate their work. Hey, Neville, when I tried to do more parallel vibe coding last summer, like 8 months ago, I don't think I was doing it properly. And my sub-agents, they were all trying to work in the same repo without work trees, and it was causing all types of like merge conflicts and errors. and I did not have a great time. But I figure it's because I wasn't doing things right back then. So maybe I should try it again soon with the orchestra thing and having them like work in their own separate work trees, you know. Is there anything out there that does that already? I have Ralph script that's been doing well, but I was thinking of something that would spin up more than one agent, create work tree, then pick up tasks and complete them. The orchestrator. Is there anything that does that already? I'm using I think I don't know much, but I think it just kind of does it. Like Claude knows Claude knows how to spin up a sub agent, you know. Waits for upper body and a bit of Stairmaster. Dang, I love the Stairmaster, man. Well, when I used to go to the gym. Alright, so alright, let me answer these dang questions now. So where do you plan to host the server? I plan to host it. I don't know. I have a dedicated server. That's where I plan to host it. I use Tmux and a lot of I use Tmux a lot to have agents controlling other agents like Claude Codex. Is that something unique to Tmux or what? I might be using the term agent wrong in this context. I use Tmux as well, and that's was getting me thinking of this. Oh shit. What is my thing running? It's running Ubuntu. What's already set up on the server? Man, everything's configured on the server. I wrote a very brief note about how to use Tmux for that. I am interested. Let's see. Just use Tmux. Oh, it's not even that long. I can read something like this. Usually sometimes people select me an article, it's like 1,000 paragraphs, man. Alright, when you want Claude Code to drive codecs or coordinate multiple agents via OpenCode, AMP, or Pi, don't over-engineer it with hooks or whatnot. Just use Tmux. Use Tmux as a bridge. The trick is to treat Tmux as a coordination layer. Have one agent create a new session window or pane that runs another agent's CLI. Then drive it with Tmux send keys. That gives you a simple and scriptable way to coordinate multiple agents. What does send keys do? No idea. I don't use any type of terminal really, man. I'm not a terminal kind of guy. I'm a button clicker, man. I love clicking buttons. I hate typing commands and remembering commands, man. Send keys just well. Send keys to another session pane. Huh. Okay. That's a nice trick to parallelize stuff. I see. Alright, man, why is this thing asking so many questions about my dang server? Just fix it, man. Let's fix my project. What's the current status of your Supabase setup? I don't know, man. I don't remember. Have you successfully run the full system together? Yes, it works locally. What is it working on? It's working on a project called Type Blazer that I started a while ago. I'll show you real quick. Here it is. Type Blazer is supposed to be a multiplayer typing game. Create a room, join a room, start the game, and you start typing. But I'm not sure how accurate things are. Like, I'm making all types of errors right now, but I guess maybe, I don't know. Anyways, that's what I'm working on. All right, what is going on here? Let me do a deep technical analysis. Yes, do that. If it wasn't for the cost of living, was New York a good place to live? Yeah, I guess if I was a trillionaire, New York would be nice, man. I think if you have enough money to get all the space that you need. I needed a lot of space at home because, you know, I have this studio and stuff. I have a family. I have a lot of shit. So I don't think I could afford a place big enough for me to be happy in New York. Like in my new house here that I moved into is like over 3,000 square feet, and in New York I was living in like a 1,100 square foot apartment. So it feels real good to have enough space so I don't feel so cramped and I can, like, you know, have room to do things. And then I stay. Oops, I just hit something. I didn't mean to press that button. I'm gonna say I just pressed a wrong button. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really go out too much in New York, so I didn't think it was worth it for me to continue paying to live in a place like New York when I'm not, like, fully utilizing all of what the city has to offer. Deagle, what's happening? How to vibe code. Please do whatever and do not make mistakes. Hey, why is it going into my Twitch projects, man? I don't want you to do that. All right. When I was living in New York and I had a job, I suppose it made sense for me to live there because I was getting paid to work in New York, so it's different. But now that I don't have a job, I think it makes a lot less sense for me to stay there without having, you know, a job there. 777 error. Thank you very much for the follow. Stocks portfolio, man. I only got like 3 stocks. And Google is probably my largest single holding by far. I got I got some Rolls Royce and I got some Meta, and that's it. I don't even have much of those other Rolls Royce and Meta. I only got like a tiny bit, but majority of my holdings is just Google, man. And that's from all of my RSUs I got from working there. I haven't really sold much. I lied. I sold a few, but I've held on to the majority of them, which I'm very happy about, at least right now. kind of like a hedge for me too, man. I leave the company, but I hold all their stock. So if you know, the stock runs up, I won't feel too bad about leaving. At least I have a little bit left. And then if it tanks, maybe that still sucks, but I'd have felt a little bit better about leaving, you know. Either way, I think things are gonna be okay. All right, here we go. So Claude has just finished analyzing I don't know what to do here. I guess Nginx terminates SSL. Sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. Which year did you join Google? I joined in 2021, and I worked there for almost 4 years. How should we handle player authentication? Supabase. How should we handle rate limiting? I don't know, man. We don't need to worry about that right now. Alright, basic rate limiting. 3x price in 5 years. Kinda. I joined at the peak in 2021. My initial grant price was $148, so it's only been like 2x, 2.5x. But yeah, it hasn't been too bad, that's for sure. Rana Creed, hello, how are you doing? And then right after I joined, the stock dropped to like 80 something dollars, man. Almost 50% of my stock value cut in half. Crazy. But I still held on. Alright, what about input validation for usernames and room ID? Whatever. Strict validation, man. Vibe coding. Oh, why you erase their message before I could read it, man? Day Hey Seuss is in the house. How you doing? How did you manage to do Twitch with the Google job? I just did it after work. It wasn't a problem. I mean, I guess it was a problem because I didn't really... Maybe I overexerted myself sometimes. But it wasn't a problem to, you know, at Google it's very taboo to do work outside of working hours. So that means, let's say you go home 5-6 p.m. and you already did your full day in the office. It would look really bad if you went home and you started like pushing code and reviewing stuff and doing extra work after hours. Well, at least in my org, it was not a good look, man. So that means when I got home, I was free to do whatever I want, man. I don't need to like worry about work. I'd say my work-life balance at Google was very, very, very good. Doing okay, feeling it from shoveling yesterday. Dang, shoveling. Yeah, I was shoveling a lot yesterday, man. People wanting Google to sell off Chrome probably tanked the stock. Back then, I think it was just everything was tanking, man. That was when... I don't remember what happened. I guess that's when everyone realized that everyone overhired during the pandemic. I found big techs mean not good work-life balance. Yeah, not At Google, it's definitely good work-life balance, unless you're in Google DeepMind. Those people are working really hard in that org. I need to do another round of shoveling today. Yeah, I might have to shovel some soon, man. Not. I don't know. I don't mind shoveling, to be honest. I think it's good for me. I get exercise that I wouldn't otherwise do, you know. But I guess it's okay since I don't have a job. I don't really got anywhere to be, so it's like shoveling isn't super stressful. But I imagine if I was at work all day and I came home and my dang driveway is blocked because the snowplow just pushed 50 tons of snow into my driveway. It's like, dang, I gotta shovel this snow before I can even park my car. I would be very upset about shoveling snow if that was the case for me, but it's not. Making typing competitor platform like TypeRacer, but a bit different with vibe coding. Maybe you should add one for your websites. Hey, what do you think I'm doing, Rana Creed? Think I'm just building this for no reason? I'm building it for my website, man. Come on now. Do you want me to check what Supabase tables configuration the front end expects? Sure. Go ahead. I work from home today for that, yeah. Did you have to go to the office every day? My org was officially hybrid, meaning 3 days a week, but I went in about 4 days a week because the culture in my team was mostly in office. Everyone liked to show up, even on Fridays, man. And then I used to try and get as much food as possible whenever I went into the office. So I'd say I'd average about 4.5 times a week during my time there in New York. When I was living in the Bay and I was going into Sunnyvale as my office, I would only do like 3 days a week in Sunnyvale. Because, man, I used to hate taking the dang bus to work. But it was a very nice bus. I guess I can't really complain too much. It was like a private Google bus. You got Wi-Fi, you got nice seats, nobody sits next to me, but still I didn't like sitting in the bus in traffic, man. Hoping MBTA are still jacked up tomorrow, then maybe I can also work from home that day too. Ordinary Bagel, good morning to you. Welcome. Fox Wanted, how you doing? Are you currently applying to roles? I'm not. I'm taking some time for myself. I'm taking a couple years to do a little soul searching on, you know, kind of soul searching. Alright, so this thing is doing something. Just waiting to see what it's doing. I had a client for a consultancy that I used to work for that had an office in Sunnyvale. Would visit there a couple times a year back in those days. Yeah, Sunnyvale sucks, man. Sunnyvale and the Google offices in Sunnyvale suck too. They're very corporate. They got nothing fun about them. I want to soul search too. Couple years, yeah, that's the plan. Not couple years like twiddling my thumbs though. When I say soul searching, what I really mean is I'm trying to build a product that's useful to people. Alright, do you know if these tables and policies exist in my Supabase projects? Let me take a peek on my other screen. He must be rich. I wouldn't consider myself rich because I will definitely run out of money at some point. But I am financially doing alright. The most alright I've ever been in my life. But it's not like I can just go retire and hang out for the rest of my life, man. All the acorns I've saved up, I'm putting all of them up in order to do my little 2-year soul searching thing, man. So it's like a big gamble for me to do this. A lot of people might advise me not to do this, but who cares? cares about all that, man. If this doesn't work out, I'm willing to just go be a corporate slave for a few more years. Alright, well, I gotta check out my type. Blazor project. How? Alright, they paused my projects, man. How can I unpause it? Let's say I gotta make a new. Alright. I don't have any Supabase project set up, actually. I just checked in Supabase, paused it, and they say I have to start up a new project if I want to recover it. I've been unemployed for almost a year, but my Acorn's running low. Dang, money was good at Block was there for 2 years. I saw an article where a guy used $1 million car as a wall for their house. You should do that. Wait, why should I do that? I got a car, but it ain't $1 million. My car was actually... I just bought a car. In New York, I didn't have a car. And wherever I'm living now, I needed a car. And I spent $2,100 on this car, man. Ain't exactly rich or ballin', but it works. I got a Pontiac Vibe, and I actually used AI to help me decide what car to buy. The prompt I used was like, I would like to buy a car similar to a Toyota Corolla that has like the reliability of a Toyota Corolla, but I'm not trying to pay Toyota Corolla prices. And then I put that shit in deep research mode and I sent it on its way in the internet, you know. And then 15 minutes later it came back and it was like, all right, here are your top 3 cars you need to buy. Number 1, 2004 to 2010 Pontiac Vibe. Number 2 was like 2000 something to 2000 something Saturn Vue. And then there's another car they recommended. But then I did research into both those cars. The Pontiac Vibe and the Toyota Matrix are literally the same car. Just the Pontiac Vibe has a Pontiac badge. Toyota built that car for Pontiac. And then the other one, the Saturn Vue, it's a car that's built by Saturn mostly, but it has many Honda parts in there. Like it has a Honda engine, Honda, lots of other things. You Vibed purchased a Pontiac Vibe. Yeah, that's basically. And both the Matrix and the Vibe are related to coding. I never thought about that. I thought about the Vibe being related to coding, but never about the Toyota Matrix also being coding related. So yeah, I spent $2,100 on this Pontiac Vibe, but I've spent more money fixing things. So a few things broke. It had a lot of miles. It had like 160,000 miles on it. I had to get some new tires. I had to do like basic maintenance and stuff. So the day I bought it, I basically spent like $700, like tires and minor things. So that's $2,800 total. And then about a month in, I had to change my alternator, so that was like a couple $100. So grand total for this car is about $3,000. But it has like a really tiny oil leak that I don't know where it's coming from. But we'll get that sorted out soon. But I can say, man, the car is really great and I love it so much, especially how much money I spent on it. I was planning up to $15,000. That was my budget for a car. And then I came in way below budget, so I had a lot of money left over that I kind of spent on other things for the house, you know. But yeah, the move in total, I'd say the move was quite expensive for me. Maybe around $30,000 on the move. I had to spend like new car, U-Hauls, moving, deposits on new place and stuff. New furniture. I didn't have much furniture in my old place because it was so small, but since this place is so big, I had to buy so much furniture. Buying all this junk in my background. All these dang shelves and tables. I was on Facebook Marketplace like every single day, all day, looking for like used furniture. And I got some good deals, man. I had to get some like grand dining tables and stuff. You know, like some 10-seat table. Usually those things cost a lot of money, man, like over $1,000. But I picked them up for like $100 on Facebook Marketplace when I had the U-Haul. All right. Anyways, thought your background was a green screen. Yeah, everybody thinks that, man. No, maybe it's like maybe I should have just used a green screen, huh? It's very real. Look, there's my Google cap. There are all my lenses. Anyways, Facebook Marketplace makes me nervous. Like, let's meet in the absolute most public place imaginable so I can buy that 15-pound weight. And Facebook Market, I guess it depends on where you're at. Where I'm at, I think it's really nice because I only go in my area, and my area is pretty nice area, you know. So it's like I'm always, anytime I go to somebody's house, it's like a huge mansion, and it's like elderly people trying to get rid of their stuff, and they're clearly rich people, you know. All right. So, moving experience, man. Every time I move, it costs me a lot of money, man. Because I always end up buying new stuff. Bought some new TVs, you know. Got anything else I can take off your hands? Yeah, that's what I'd be saying to some of them when I go over there. Bought some new chairs. Hey, have you seen my latest chair? It's right there. This is called I bought this for $150 on Facebook Marketplace. What's it called? Hayworth Very? Hayworth Very. That's my latest office chair, man. Anyways. This one is a Hayworth too. This one I sit on. This is like the Halo edition. I have like a office chair collection. So I got the Hayworth Very, my latest. I have a Hayworth Fern. I got a Herman Miller Aeron, the classic. I got a Herman Miller Aeron remastered. I got a Herman Miller, what's the dang thing called? I forget the name of the dang Herman Miller, man. Embody. Yeah, I got the Embody. I used to have a couple Steelcase Leaps, but I got rid of those. The one chair I do want that I don't have right now, I'd like to get a Steelcase Gesture. You know. Anyways, let me see. Let me go back to coding, man. Talking about chairs. Which OAuth? All of them. And yeah, I guess you can say ever since my back started hurting, I took my chairs more seriously. And I haven't had much back pain from sitting at my computer for like 12 hours a day in a long time. Sitting on the Logitech Herman Miller chair right now. Yeah, that's the one I got. The Embody. Well, I don't have it. My wife has that one. I prefer the Aeron. I think the Aeron is my favorite chair. I need to be better at spending. I have expensive tastes and I don't try to find cheaper alternatives. I have expensive tastes too, but I always try and buy used before I buy new. Anything you use a lot, you should get a good one. That's how I feel. That's why I spend so much money on my keyboards and my chairs, man. My desk, my computers are usually very expensive. I guess I don't spend much money on my bed. That's some people say, oh yeah, you should spend, you know, $10,000 on your mattress. But I don't know about all that, man. How does he know about Type Blazer identity, man? That's not even in this project. $10K mattresses better be making breakfast. Yeah. I guess if I was really rich, what's the difference between 10K and 1K though, right? But I'm not that rich. So there's a big difference between 10K and 1K for me. Alright, so let me take a quick peek. My front end, Type Blazer, back end. Is that how it should work? I don't know, man. Looks kinda okay. But maybe the front end looks... I'm gonna say it looks okay. Wait. Actually, but I'm gonna just talk to it. Why am I typing? I want the Type Blazer server to handle the live multiplayer WebSocket connections, and that's it. The Type Blazer server is built in C++. I'd like a different backend to handle simple CRUD things and authentication as well. So maybe something in Node might be acceptable. What do you recommend? I'm using Vue on the front end. Maybe something that is compatible with that. It says Vue, but I meant VUE. Oh wait, what are you saying? If you start a company, hire you, and if you become a millionaire, don't forget you. Alright, I'll try not to, man. Hey, how does it know about Midnight Simon backend? Alright, let's use Hono. If we even need it. I don't even know if we need it like that. I guess we do, huh? Alright, now let's look at the revised architecture. So Vue, whatever, server. Yeah, we got the Hono, we got the Type Blazer, C++ WebSocket, Docker, port 9001. And then both of these things can talk to Supabase for authentication. That looks about right, man. Waz, what's happened? What files you use for Claude context, and do you use Claude subagents? I haven't used Claude subagents effectively yet, but it's on my list of things to get better at and to try out. Maybe I should try it with this project. I don't know. But somebody on here was talking to us about subagents earlier. Navel. They were saying you can use tmux as a way to have Claude orchestrate other agents for you, and he left a little thing here if you're curious. I haven't tried it. Yeah, I'm a beginner as well, man, but I don't use tmux. I don't use anything really. I'm not very opinionated on terminals and stuff. The only thing I'm opinionated on is I like clicking buttons than typing stuff. It's a lot more easier. Of course, typing stuff you can do a lot more things, but just because you click buttons doesn't mean you can't ever type stuff either. So I prefer clicking buttons if that's an option. If not, I guess I'll type things, man. 99% vibing. That's what I like, man. Does this database setup look right? I don't know anything about DBs, but yeah, it looks okay. Well, I guess I know a little bit. Looks good to me though. Environment variables. All right, it's saying I gotta add those things in. Blah blah. Yeah, do whatever. Yeah, looks nice. Plus Whisper Flow. Yeah, Whisper Flow is great. So yeah, looks good. I start to get pissed when Claude don't do the whole ticket for me. I'll be fair. Hey, I was experimenting last night with some Claude stuff, and hey, it built some crazy things that I didn't think it would be able to build. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's making me feel like I'm not pushing it hard enough, or I'm not going hard enough. I'm doing too much manual intervention and checking its work and stuff like that, man. I should just let it rip and see what's up, you know. This is a good example of what not to do. Do whatever you want. Hey, sometimes it works. Alright, let me see. Yeah, whatever, man. That looks good. Does that look good? Sure. I think so. Should I interrupt it? What is... Alright, I'm gonna ask it. Is there any benefit to using a subdomain, or like do it like however you have with the slashes at the end of the domain? I don't even know what you call that. I know the subdomain is like API dot something, or I'm not sure. I don't know. So I'm gonna ask it why use this over that. Here's the trade-off. Path-based. Single certificate. Nice. No course issues. Simpler DNS. Easier to set up. Downside. Harder to move services to different servers later. Subdomain based. Need wildcard SSL certs. I don't even do my SSL certs manually, man. I just have encrypts, whatever it's called, do it. Let's encrypt. Whatever, man. Give me... Okay. Stick with path-based. When you hear it was trained over 1 billion lines of code, that definitely has more experience than me. Yeah, I think so too. Dang, so it's built a crazy checklist. Let's look real quick. Phase 1, set up Supabase. Phase 2, OAuth. Phase 3, backend. Phase 4, update my C++ server to do some stuff. Phase 5. Update the view and deploy and test. Yeah, let's do it, man. Yes, what are the next steps? Alright, save the design, man. Alright, let's see. Do you think this thing can one-shot the typing game? What if it just builds everything? Everything just works first try. That would be crazy. Would I be scared? Why would I be scared? I don't even have a job anymore. Maybe I'd be excited. Alright, next, ready to set up for implementation. Create detailed implementation plan. Yes. Do part one. That's when you need to think about how to delegate to other sub-agents instances to keep the maximum effective context window. Wait, when do I need to start? Like right now? Once it's separated things into phases, that's when I should like do the sub-agents thing or what? Alright, let's see. Hey, KJ Betts, thank you very much for the sub. Hey, what the hell, man? Oh, I deployed. Hey, I messed up my thing. I gotta redeploy my site. I have it doing to localhost. Jesus, can't believe I did that. KJ Betts, I'm gonna get your name up on my website. Here we go, here we go. KJ Betts. Thank you so much. Alright, real quick, I gotta fix something on midnightsimon.com. Clearly something is. Oh wait, I need a new window, man. I don't wanna lose my progress here. Real quick, gotta switch it up. What am I doing? I have to change some ENV stuff, so I'm gonna hide my screen real quick. Hey, what? Yes. There we go, there we go. And I have to rebuild. Did you finish the keyboard's photo thing? It's still a work in progress. I haven't deployed it. It's not in prod yet. But I gotta rebuild. I pushed some changes to production and I forgot to update my environment variables before I built it. I should actually have a production ENV or something, man. But I guess it is what it is. So we just built that thing. I'm gonna push it. And then I gotta deploy it. And then we can go back to the type Blazor thing. All right, redeploy. Begin. All right, what's next? I guess I'm close that. I don't need this anymore. All right, now we're back to the Type Blazer. All right, Super Base. I'm gonna do this on another screen. It's saying make a new project. Can I delete an old project, man? How do you delete projects? All right, new projects. Hey, Superbase is telling me I need to upgrade to Pro because it only limits me to 2 projects. Should I upgrade to Pro for $25 a month? I'm not trying to pay $25 a month, man, for something that doesn't even work yet. Let me think. Should I just make a new account? I'm gonna be honest, I'm super sold on Convex DB. Yeah, I don't know. They allow you to use way more than their free tier than Superbase. Man, are they asking me to just create a new account to get another free tier project? Or what? Or wait, can I just pause a project? How do you pause something in Superbase? Alright, I'm gonna pause this project. Like, I bet you can one-shot where you are right now with Convex in the same stream and not need Superbase. I'm not ready to leave Superbase just yet. I feel like I'm just starting to get used to Superbase, man. I'm tired of switching out tech things every couple weeks, man. And Superbase seems alright for me right now, except I guess I'm having too many free projects under my one account. Anyways, I'm gonna say, okay, give me the sequel and save it somewhere too. Alright. 0 users, by the way. What do you mean? You making fun of my projects right now? With 0 users that I got? I got previous messages talking about me. Oh, with Convex DB, you've had a great experience with 0 users. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna run this thing in my... Did I set my new project? In the SQL editor. Brand new project. Here we go. I need to eat a bigger breakfast because I'm so hungry right now. Alright, step 3. API credentials. Yeah, I got them. Save them somewhere. Yeah. OAuth. GitHub OAuth. Skip all that for now, man. We'll add them later. What's for lunch? What about coffee? I don't really drink coffee, but I did buy an espresso machine recently for my wife. I've had some of that coffee and it's alright, but I'm not like a regular coffee drinker, you know. I'm not gonna lie, I like making espresso even if I don't drink it. I think it's fun to tune it and to see, you know, to try and get the perfect cup, but I don't really I don't really like how it tastes, so I don't drink it either. I just like making it sometimes. Do you do the heart-shaped foam for the wife? Yeah, I try to, but my hearts are real bootleg. Sometimes I don't even know how to make anything. I've been trying to get my puck down good, but my puck sometimes it's not great. And the coffee is like spewing out everywhere. It's like, dang, what the hell? Sometimes it's real good, you know. I don't know if you guys know about that type of stuff. If you guys have your own espresso machines and stuff. Hey Simon, did your wife support you when you decided to quit? Yeah, she does. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't have her support, you know. Alright, are we done? Did it work? Let's test it now. Let me close these things. How do you just exit like that? Shut this down too. Oh. As long as the bills are paid, yeah, I guess so. Alright, let me get my Supabase projects things. API URL. Hey, can I share my anon public key? Who cares if you guys see that, right? Is it okay for people to see my anon public key? It's Trig from YouTube. What's happening? How you doing? Short answer is yes. It's public, yeah. I mean, you never know sometimes, man. I just want to be sure. Well, I'll just fill it in myself. Man, it's already here, man. Meta Morgan, thank you very much for the follow. this key. Where are my keys at, man? API URL. And then, so is the room behind you real or is it green screen? It's real, man. It's definitely real. Alright, we need one more key. My service role key. This one is secret. You guys can't see, right? Yeah. Alright, it's a really nice room. Thank you, thank you. I'm just in the basement. Alright, so what is this for? For the TypeBlazer API. So npm install. What's it gonna do? This one should be relatively straightforward, right? Should we take a peek? It's not even doing anything. Oh, here we go. Man, it looks good to me. Everything looks crazy. Looks alright, yeah. Alright, npm run dev time. Npm run dev. Man, I put those keys in. What you talking about, man? Let me just double check. Supabase. Supabase URL. I put those keys in the .env and I'm getting this error. Anyways, I guess these keys ain't really that secretive. Alright, let's try it again. Alright, it's very good. It is working. What's next? What's next? So far, dang, we've done all this already. It updated my C++, updated the view. I didn't even know that. Let's do phase 4. Let's do phase 5. Let's do phase 5 next. Should I be clearing my context in between each work? Like each phase work? I wish it showed me how much context I'm using, man. Like right on the screen, you know? Front end is using Supabase directly. Alright, I'm just trying to get everything connected together with this app. Once I get it hooked up to Supabase and authentication, we'll test it locally, and then I'm gonna try and just deploy it. We'll see if we'll get to the deployment during this stream. If not, I'm gonna try to do it later in the day, off stream. Yeah, what is for lunch? Alright, test the front end locally. Make sure it still works. Yeah, let's make sure it still works. So how do we do that, man? Type Blazor. Should I install just in case? Run dev. Should I also run the C++ server maybe? I don't remember how to run it, man. Docker run? No. Oh, it's already running, maybe. Anyways. Yeah, it works. It works. Alright. Let's move to phase. Right? I'm gonna tell you something. I'm about to clear your context. Please write a prompt to do the work in phase 4 for the next session. Alright, so I clear the context. Should I use planning mode? Who knows? Clear hook error. Oh no. Did Google promote the use of AI when you worked there? For sure. They were heavily promoting it, man. They were trying to get everybody to use AI. They had like vibe coding week. They had AI leaderboards with like, they gave prizes to teams, whoever submitted the most code using AI and stuff like that. They had you tag your commits with AI if you use Gemini to make the change. They are heavily promoting the use of AI, man. They had like workshops with vibe coding experts like teaching the workshops, man. I never went to one. Maybe I should have gone when I was there, but I went to one and it was too basic. It was like telling people how to install Gemini CLI and stuff like that. There are still people writing their commits by hand. Hey, there's a lot of people that do that, man. I don't think I'm one of them. Raul, what's happened? How old am I? I am in the upper 30s. Did they pay the subscriptions? We were only allowed to use Google's AI, which is Gemini. So we only, like, no way we can use Claude or ChatGPT on Google internal code. So we didn't really have a subscription. We're just employees of Google, and all Googlers had access to Gemini Pro, 2.5 Pro, maybe Gemini 3.0 Pro. That's trained on the Google code base. When I left, I forget. I think it was Gemini 3 when I left. But then there's like a special version that is trained on the Google internal code base, and Google code is a lot different than outside code, like industry code. Sometimes like Google C++ is very different than regular C++. I've heard. I've only ever done Google C++, and so it's the only thing I know. And in Google C++, there are no exceptions really, like how other people do C++. I don't know how other people do C++, but you know, in the syntax or in the tools to use it. I guess just the way we write C++ there. But it's hard for me to say because I don't really know how people write C++ outside of Google. I only know Google's own, so to me everything is just normal, man. But sometimes when I look at other C++, I see things like try catch exceptions and stuff, but there's like no exceptions in Google. We all have we have errors and stuff that we return, but we don't throw exceptions. And I already forget everything, man. It's been almost well, not even a year, but it's been like 6 months since I coded anything like by hand. Like I don't know anything about make files. Who the hell knows anything about make files or CMake or however people build C++? Alright, should we do this? I'm gonna just do that. I guess we use a lot of this library called Absol. I think it's Google internal library. Absol. Well, maybe it's open sourced, some of it. So we use let me see what they got. Lots of statuses from Absol instead of exceptions. This is what we'd use at Google. I actually did a big ass presentation to my org on this thing called Status_or that's used all over Google, man. Everywhere you'll see these things. It's basically saying it expects a status or a type T from some function. So like let's say you have a function called get username, and it would return an Absol status or string as a username. So if you can't get a username, it will return a status like error, no username found, or no matching usernames, or error, index out of range or something, right? And people use this everywhere, man, and they say it's pretty lightweight, Status_or, but I did some deep diving into this because my team offers a library that's supposed to be extremely lightweight since it gets used so much all over code base. And generally, they recommend to use Status_or. And I did some benchmarking on it. And Status_or was using like up to 15% of CPU cycles for our library, and I refactored everything, and I took out all the statuses ors, and I changed like the way we handle errors and things, and we got big increases, man, for that. And I had to give a presentation on that. That was probably one of the highlights of my works at Google. But it wasn't even something I discovered myself. I just read something that Sanjay and Jeff Dean wrote, and they called out that particular thing, and I just dug into it some more. From what I heard, Facebook uses a private version, highly customized version of React. Sounds like the same with Google and C++. Maybe. You could say that. Alright, should we just also accept edits and whatnot? Yes. So I've also done Java work at Google, but I'm not too familiar with Java, and I've done a little bit of Go. And I think I dislike Go the most, coming from C++, because a lot of the design, I don't know what you can say, design philosophies in Go at Google are like the complete opposite of C++. So when we design something for like in C++ and we're just trying to make a Go version of it, it wasn't always just, oh, just translate this code into Go word for word and it should work. It was like, man, we had to redesign a lot of things that we depended on. One of the main things I remember there was in C++, we use a lot of binary flags to do things. You know, like turn on and off features or whatever. But apparently it's like an anti-pattern in Go or something. To not use those flags like how we use them in C++. Anyways, that's all I remember, really. What is the best IQ test platform? Are you using any kind of filler on your cheeks? Your smile looks artificial. What the heck kind of question is that, man? I don't even know what filler is. But if you're asking if I have makeup or if I have Botox or something, I do not have Botox. Hey, what am I doing? I'm working on a typing game right now. But right now, it's just coding up some stuff in the C. Yeah, see, like this? This is a common pattern, maybe, outside of Google. Try catch. I've never seen any try catches in Google C++ at Google. What is Claude doing there? Who knows? I'm not looking, man. It's doing something. I trust it. Right now it's updating my C++ server to... I don't even remember what it's doing, man. But it's doing a whole lot of things. Let me look at the plan. JWT verification, fetching stuff. Who knows, man? I thought backend is Node.js. No, well, I have two backends for this. One backend is for CRUD operations, and that's a Hono. I guess Hono is Node in some ways, right? Hono.js, that's the API, and then I have the TypeBlazer server, which is a C++ backend that handles the multiplayer WebSocket connections. And I chose C++ because I want it to be as performant as possible from the beginning, for my 0 users. Anyways, all right, so what do I do? What do I do now? It says it's done. All your terminals are belong to Claude. Yes, they are. I'm on Windows. I'm on Windows and I got Docker set up. Alright, we gotta rebuild the server. Hey, how do I just ask Claude. How do I stop a already running Typeblazor Docker container? I could look up the command, but I'm just trying to have it tell me the command, you know? Max Joshy says, do you know nothing about coding? Yeah, I like to think that. I know nothing about coding, man. Do I need to know anything about coding to be vibe coding? I'm not even reading code. Alright, what's it saying I should do? Stop container ID. Alright, so I gotta rebuild this Docker thing. Where are we at? Typeblazor server. What was the command? Docker build. No, that's not it. Where is it? Here we go. No, that's run, man. Here we go. I find Docker Compose more simple. Yeah, I'll have Docker Compose up soon. I'm just running Docker for now until I get everything containerized. Right now, everything isn't containerized, I think. Tell me best platform that I can learn DSA in Python. I think LeetCode is where everybody goes to study DSAs. Alright, what the hell is this? Maybe I should copy all of the errors, huh? Or the whole thing. There's a whole thing. All right. How many problems have I solved in LeetCode? About 1,400 something, almost 1,500. How do I see my profile? Sign me out. It's crazy. I heard LeetCode was down yesterday, man. You guys noticed that? I've done 1,467 problems, but haven't really been doing many problems in the last few months. So not super good at algorithms right now because I've been away. Getting good at LeetCode also makes you good at outside projects? No, it doesn't. Getting good at LeetCode makes you good at LeetCode. That's about it, man. If you saw 1500 problems, you are a coding god. I am definitely not. Why do you say you don't know anything, or were you joking? I don't know. I guess I guess it's the way you asked your question, man. It was sounded a little bit condescending, you know. So I just figured I'm not even going to try to hype myself up, you know. That's why I said it. The way you structured it, do you know, it sounds like, do you know nothing about coding? Anyways, my bad if that's not what you meant. Sometimes communicating through text only, you miss out on certain things, you know. But I'm not like expert code or anything, man. I just grinded LeetCode. I've been coding for about 13 years, on and off. But I'm not like that crazy, man. All right, so what just happened? We're trying to build again. Just makes you good at interviewing. Yeah, getting good at LeetCode makes it a lot easier to pass interviews. That's for sure, man. That's why a lot of people study so much LeetCode and do over 1,000 problems. LeetCode, like being good at LeetCode basically means job mobility. If you don't like your job, you can just easily go get another one, man. You don't even have to sweat anything. Seems like all the hardcore coders have hundreds of side projects. I don't know. I guess in the past they used to have hundreds of unfinished projects. But maybe with all these LLMs, some of them can actually get finished. All right, this dang thing isn't working, so I'm gonna just tell it. I think some of the best work I've ever done, like coding, the things I'm most proud of coding, I can't even really show you guys because they were very black hat stuff a long time ago. And I've been chasing, I guess, I've been chasing that high ever since, like building something that when you see it running, it's just so nice to see everything work, man. And it's been a long time since I've made anything that I'm really proud of, man. So that's a big reason why I quit my job too, because I think now is my time. I'd say my best work I probably did about 8 years ago or so. We know how you made that money before going to Japan. Yeah. Hey, I lived all over the place. Japan was just the place I liked the most. I went on like a world tour, man. So I started off in the Netherlands. And when I when I went to the Netherlands, I didn't know how to code. I went to the Netherlands in 2013 on a working holiday visa. And I had no idea how to code or anything. And one day, while in the Netherlands, I went out there to try and get a job in a restaurant because that's where I've always worked, in restaurants. And after visiting like 10 restaurants that day and dropping my resumes off, I just went home and like, man, I can't work in another restaurant. I'm sick of it. And then I just started, I opened up my laptop, I downloaded Visual Studio Code, not Visual Studio Code, but just Visual Studio, you know, some bootleg version. And I started coding up some VB.net, man. And as glued to my laptop 18 hours a day for 5 weeks straight. No breaks, nothing, just complete hardcore Navy SEAL mode, man. And by the end of those 5 weeks, I made a program. And the first week I launched that program, It made me a few $1,000s, and then that was it. I never actually worked again after that day until 2020. That's the first time I got a job. So 7 years of doing stuff like that until I had to go find real work. But yeah, I started in the Netherlands. I went to Thailand for a year, Netherlands for a year. I went to Canada for a year. I went to Miami or Hollywood Beach for a year. I went to Japan. I went to Vietnam. And then I went to the Bay Area after Japan. And then that's when I went to the Bay Area, that's when I found out about LeetCode. And like, if you just learn like 300-400 LeetCode problems, you can make $250,000 a year. Where does New York rank on the list? Man, it really depends. New York is so expensive. I don't think I would have picked New York if I didn't have a job there. Like, I would never have lived in New York if it wasn't for my job. Wait, what did I say about leak? Yeah, if you back then, 2019, 2020, if you had done about 300-400 LeetCode problems, mediums or so, that means you could probably pass an interview if you got one, technical interview. And once you pass those interviews, they pay you literally $200,000 a year for a junior engineer. So that's why I started. Somebody told me, hey man, all you gotta do is pass LeetCode. Like, big tech companies, they don't even care what school you went to, they don't care what jobs you worked at. If you can't pass their technical interview, it doesn't matter what you did before, you're not getting in. But if you can pass their technical interview, it doesn't matter what you did before either, because you're in. So once I heard that, I like forget everything else in my life right now. I don't care about anything except LeetCode. And that's how my LeetCode obsession started. Super cool. You have traveled that much. Yeah, a lot of interns I work with, they have gone to the top tech companies, and you have to be able to whiteboard an algorithm interview. Yeah, Blue Cactus AI, what's happening, man? Yeah, so that was me. Google was not my first job. It was my second job. My first job was at a startup. I got this job in 2020, and I worked there for like 10 months. And I only quit because Google wanted to interview me. So I quit that startup, and then I studied full-time for my Google interview. So Google is like my first real big job. I didn't really have much experience. The startup I worked at was like 10 people at most. Not even 10 devs, like 10 people. CEO, CTO, marketing, and couple devs and like couple interns. So yeah, I was doing a lot of traveling because the work I was doing, freelancing, it wasn't really for like a company. I was just selling traffic to companies, man. That's basically what I was doing. Affiliate marketing, but I'd write programs to generate traffic somehow by spamming. And I'm happy that part of my life is over, man, because it was fun while I was in it, but looking back, it was such a terrible thing to do, man. Is LeetCode slowly getting less important, or is it still worth the grind? Nuji. That is a tough question. Let me think about that. I think it's still worth the grind, depending on your situation. If you're in school and you're in the traditional pipeline, I think it's absolutely worth the grind. If you're just from the streets and you don't know anything about coding and you work in a restaurant and you think you can just grind LeetCode and get a $200,000 job year job. I think that is less likely to happen these days than it was like 5-6 years ago. Will be interesting to see how tech interviews evolve with AI. Yeah. That was my question too. Yeah, I don't know, man. Negative IQ viewer, what's happening? Which workflow are you using while vibe coding? I don't know. My workflow is reading Twitch chat and then remembering that I was vibe coding and then seeing what the prompts say. I don't even know. Did it fix something? All right. It says we should try again. This is my workflow. It's not a very efficient workflow. But that's why I only stream a portion of my workday. I don't want to do my full workday on stream because I think I spend too much time talking to chat. So freelancing, hey, I think there is an opportunity for freelancing these days, perhaps. Maybe if I was a little bit more broke, I would be hustling a lot harder with like LLMs and trying to get clients. I'd be like vibe freelancing. I'd try it out at least. I don't know if it's lucrative, but it feels like it could be. If you're like a really good vibe coder. Have you done the advent of code that's usually done in December? It's supposed to be undoable by AI. That is not true, man. AI does that thing so easily. And yeah, I've done advent of code. I didn't do it last year because I was busy moving. I moved in December pretty much. I mean, do you use something like Oh My Code or Ralph or BMAD? I don't I don't know. I want to check out the Ralph loop, but I haven't designed my loop yet. I've been just reading about the Ralph loop. I don't know anything about Oh My Code or BMAD. So right now what I've been doing, I've just been using the get work trees mostly for parallelizing multiple agents. But not even on a crazy scale. I've only been doing like 2 or 3 agents simultaneously. I've been trying to organize myself manually, which I'm not sure that is the right move. Maybe it is for quality control, but I feel like it slows me down a bit. I'm just trying to find a right balance between how much I should let the vibes flow and how much I should like check the vibes every now and then and guide the vibes, you know? I don't know. Like, I'm just experimenting out here. Do you have any advice on how to find clients for freelancing? This is tough. When I was freelancing, I didn't have to worry about this because I only had one client and they would take all my traffic that I generated. So I had a okay relationship with them. So I never had to find anyone else to work with. But after I moved on from whatever I was doing, spamming, I found my clients through word of mouth, which probably isn't the best way. So you have to leverage your network. If you don't have a network, man, you gotta hit online or something. Maybe try some marketing ads. Maybe try and go on Upwork and then places. But then you're competing. It's like a race to the bottom. I don't know. This part is tough. But I think if you put yourself out there, perhaps you have a chance. But you gotta make a lot of noise, man. Is it worth making the tic-tac-toe as a startup? Maybe. If you can make some type of tic-tac-toe video game that has roguelite elements to it and some other thing. RPG, tic-tac-toe. I don't know, man. I just made a loop with cursor subagents and hooks and made a video about it on YouTube. It was pretty cool, but you can burn a lot of tokens fast. Yeah, they say if you want to do like the Ralph loop and thing, you better be sure to be on the max plan because it's very it's like a gas guzzler. Have you been working on your startup? Actually, I've been streaming on Twitch now this year, like only for a week. This is like 1 week now, 7-8 days, and I haven't really been working on my main project that I haven't announced what it is. But last night was the first night I did some work on that. And I have to say, I made more progress last night than I thought was possible. I made big strides in my project, and it's like very motivating to think how much I've done in like one night of focused vibe coding. Not even a full night, man, just a few hours. You said you did something at Google that they wanted you to present. Was it scary giving a presentation at Google? No, it wasn't, because it wasn't like all of Google, man. It was just my org, my smaller org of like 60 people, 70 people. And it was like in a summit. My org had a little summit, and lots of people gave presentations. But I think maybe I'm biased. But everybody clapped, you know. It's so expensive when you spend full days of vibe coding. Not when you're on the flat rate plan, $200 a month. You can't even use those credits unless you're an expert. Gopher Tech, how you doing? Feels so good when you get in the zone coding or vibe coding. Yeah. What kind of org? My org is what the hell is my org called, man? Data Protection is the name of my org. Is that the name? So, all right, my biggest org, so it's like Google. Google is the whole, all right, it goes like this: Alphabet, then Google, then Google Core, then under Core I was in something called PSS, Privacy, Safety, Security. Who knows what the hell PSS stands for, man. And then under PSS, I forget the names. And then it was like Data Protection. And then my team's name was, what the hell was my team name, man? IPII. It was like infra. I don't even know what the acronyms mean. Anyways, that's like the hierarchy of the orgs. Thought yeah, I am no longer working there, man. I'm not at Google still. Are you back or still your hometown? Hometown. I'm not. My hometown is in Jamaica. I'm not in Jamaica right now. Wait, what do you mean you can't? I hit Claude max rate limits in like 4 hours. Well, I said you can't unless you're an expert vibe coder. Like, you should not be hitting Claude max limits unless you're doing some crazy parallel agent stuff and like burning through tokens, like running 4 or 5 sub agents max all the time, you know. Vegham 2, what's happening? Hi sir, where can I get free course to learn Python and HTML, CSS? I don't know, but people talk about freecodecamp.org maybe. That's a crazy set of Russian nesting dolls. What are you talking about, man? Have you tried Google Anti-Gravity? I feel it's the best right now. I have not tried Anti-Gravity, but it is on my list of things to do. All right. Let's see. Okay, built. Now what? Who is the most popular Jamaican celebrity? Bob Marley. Easily. All right, Bob Marley number 1. Usain Bolt number 2. Number 3, it would either have to be Shaggy or Sean Paul, I think. Maybe Sean Paul. Sean Kingston? No, he's not even top 5. It wasn't me, yeah. Right? Cool Runnings. Yeah, but nobody knows their names, man. Nobody knows those people's names. Yeah, I'd say Bob Marley number 1, Usain Bolt 2, Sean Paul 3, Shaggy number 4. Number 5, I don't know, man. I don't think Vybz Kartel is that popular outside of Jamaica, but he is very popular in Jamaica. He just got released from a life sentence for murder, man. If you don't, I'm a big fan of Vybz Kartel, his music. I used to be. I don't know if I'm super big into it these days. Dang, he's 50? 50-year-old gangster, man. Summertime, yeah. I like Coloring Book. I think Coloring Book is probably my favorite Vybz Kartel song. Who else is a big Jamaican celebrity? Let's see. Let's see what Google says. Who are the top 5 most famous Jamaicans? Top 5. Number 1. Marcus Garvey ain't even that popular, man. He's not even a celebrity. He's dead. Alright, Bob Marley, Usain Bolt. They put Shaggy. Oh, who is Grace Jones, man? I don't know who Grace Jones is. Miss Lou? I don't think she's that popular outside of Jamaica. Patrick Ewing? For real? I didn't know he's Jamaican. It's crazy. I guess there's like Lennox Lewis, but maybe he's more UK than Jamaican. I don't know. I can see why you don't stream most of your workday. Yeah, it's a bit distracting, man. But it's fun. I learn a lot too, so it's like not totally bad. I'm usually running 2 or 3 max cloud sessions in parallel and new workflows every time I see X yelling a name. But yeah, if you're focused on one project and using 2-3 sub agents, it's enough. Yeah, I'd say it's impossible to hit the max if you're only using one agent at a time. That's what I was trying to say, negative IQ viewer. And which max are you at? Are you at $100 max or $200 max? I enjoy Vybz Kartel and Shaggy. Wow. Hey, Blue Cactus AI. You have Jamaican links? I don't know many people who listen to Vybz Kartel who aren't Jamaican. I don't even know who's bumping these days, man. Because usually when I go home, I get up to date with like all the latest artists and stuff. I don't know who's popping these days. Like I still listen to Popcorn. I don't know if he's still out there. Maybe Alkaline. I don't even know if Alkaline is still active. These are all dancehall artists in Jamaica. Anyways, what we're doing? We're trying to work here, but we get caught up with talking about Jamaican celebrities. Oh, B. Kirkpatrick Valiant. Who is that? I have to update my list, man. I'm still listening to like 10-year-old dancehall. And I guess I'd say right now, or the last 10 years or so, my favorite Jamaican artist is not Vybz Kartel or anybody. It's actually Chronixx. Chronixx. He's like new age Bob Marley. I guess I like all the Marley children too. Damian Marley, Stephen Marley are my favorites. Do others describe your accent as Jamaican, or would you? Yes, I have a Jamaican accent, but people from Jamaica can tell immediately when I talk to them. But people not from Jamaica, they're not sure where my accent is from because it's a bit Americanized, you know. Is Damian Marley the Welcome to Jamrock guy? Yeah, that's Damian Marley. He is Bob Marley's son. I think he's the most successful Marley son, or the biggest. But Stephen Marley is probably my favorite. All right, what? So we're running. We built it. Let's run it. Let's run. The backend is working. And the API. So man, where is what have you been building? Oh, negative IQ viewer. Yeah, what have you been building? $200 one next month. I will try to switch to open code black. Since there's no rate limits specified on the black subscription, I want to try if I can get one. Interesting. I don't know what that means. I get this error. How big would you want your channel to grow, and what would you define as ideal success as a streamer? I'd say streaming is not my #1 priority, man. I just use streaming as a tool mainly. Like I don't want to be a streamer, man. I want to build something that is good, you know, and I'm just trying to like document the whole process. So I use streaming as a tool to connect with other people, to like knowledge share, for accountability and things. Like when I started streaming, it wasn't like, oh, you know what? I want to be like Mr. Beast. That definitely didn't go through my mind, man. So I think my goals around streaming are a little bit different than maybe other streamers. I think I should probably put some effort into trying to grow as a streamer, but I try to remind myself that getting big as a streamer is not my real goal. My real goal is to build a successful product, you know? And so, like, if I were to build a successful product and my stream never takes off, that would be pretty good. If I were to build a successful product and my stream were to take off, I guess that would be ideal, but it's not. I'm not like over indexing on having a big stream, you know. Financial stuff, dang. Arbitrage bots, is that what that means? Market analysis. Hey, how's that working out, man? What do you do for a living? Can I find you on LinkedIn? Maybe I'm on LinkedIn, but I don't share that publicly. What do I do for a living? I don't do anything right now. I used to work at Google up until a couple months ago. Now I quit and I'm just trying to live my own life for now. Hey, it's Bavia. What's happening? Just wants to support, so came here. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the support, man. Yeah, I'm just living life. All right, let's see. Same thing, man. Or I guess I have to rebuild it. What is it saying? I don't know what it's saying, man. I have too many things open. It says it's unhealthy. Can I do that? Who knows? There has been a couple people stream 30 days to build $1 million business. They didn't show code, just music and their face. Yeah, I've seen those things. I'm not trying to build $1 million business in 30 days. I'm trying to build $100,000 business in 2 years. That's like my goals, man. Not $1 million in 30 days. I don't think that's super realistic. But I think 100K in 2 years, legit, like no funky business. That's like my real goal, man. Goals for streaming with that product? Wait, what? Goals for streaming with what products? What do you mean? Working great, total 23 trades, winning trades 22, losing trades 1. Sick. I haven't showed the products that I want to like put my efforts into yet on stream. Yeah, I haven't shared what products, but you can probably guess it's something to do with algorithms. I think if you're a long-time viewer here and you've been here for a while, you already know, but I just haven't publicly acknowledged it. Except now, maybe. Alright, what am I doing, man? I'm joking around, that's what's going on. Stop, rebuild, and run. LeetCode, but for vibe coders. Hey, maybe. Like a NeetCode sequel. Sure. I wouldn't call it a sequel, but alright, I guess I can tell you what, because everybody already knows, man. I just want to build more a LeetCode like website that focuses more on connecting people together and building a community or something. We'll see. I have a lot of ideas. We'll see which ones work. And something that's more social than LeetCode. I think LeetCode is missing out on a lot of community building features and stuff that I would like to incorporate into mine. LeetCode, but for making friends, not finding a job. Yeah, kind of. But also with algorithms. What was I supposed to? I was supposed to run it. So everything that I do on stream here, it's kind of like practice for my main project, because I'm going to have to deal with the same things like Supabase, authentication, OAuth, dealing like choosing my stack, front end stack, back end stuff, Docker Compose, deploying stuff. So all of these things is like I'm gaining some experience on like smaller scoped projects, you know. And then whatever I learn during my stream from chat and whoever is telling me tips and whatnot, I try and dig into those tips off stream and learn more. And then when I'm working on my real project, I can apply all these things that I learn on stream onto my thing off stream when I'm like way more focused and stuff, you know. All right, I'm running it, and then we'll check that thing again. I wonder if LLMs will ever be involved in the interview process, since companies want you to use it. I think they're already involved in the interview process for some companies, man. Wait, do you like them? Oh wait, which Aqua Kings do you have? 67 grams? I forget. I think so. And do I like them? I love them, man. I made the mistake of swapping out my Aqua Kings on this keyboard, and I regret my decision, and I'm too lazy to put them back in, to be honest. So what would you think, like a leak code that's embedded within Twitch? No, I don't want to say too much, but just something to with algorithms. As a resident PL nerd, I'd like to vote for more programming languages support. PL nerd? I don't even know what that means. Is that Perl? Hey, I chose my languages for my platform last night. Of course, it's not set in stone, but I was like, you know, which languages do I want to support? And it's like, all right, Java, Python, C++, Go, and Rust. I think that's it, man. LeetCode has like an okay selection, but check out the amount of programming languages at Code Golf. And yeah, I'm not trying to like hit every single language, man. That's like, what do you say? Diminishing returns, man. I think with most popular programming, I think with like the top 6 most popular one that basically covers 99% of everybody. Maybe I'll offer C#, who knows. Oh shit. Alright, we gotta make some progress here. So that's running. They say they want me to go to that health thing. I don't even know what the hell. This thing ain't working. Still get the same. Isn't there any way to increase the YouTube watching? I'm all alone. Yeah, I don't know how to increase my YouTube viewership. I guess they say I gotta release YouTube videos, but I'm not too big on making YouTube videos. I will start making some soon though. At least I'm gonna try. Do you write a lot of Go at Google? I am using Go now for date plane and TypeScript for control plane business logic stuff. I don't know anything about planes, man. I did not write a lot of Go at Google. I probably a handful of things. I created some simple library in Go, and that's about it. Maybe you could find a way to do the problems the way Advent of Code does, where the backend just verifies the output so it is program language agnostic. That would be interesting, but I'm not sure if that's the way I'd like to go. HS2JV, what's happened? How you doing, man? Welcome. I have a lot of high volume data that has to stay in sequential order and used async and promises non-blocking, but considering migrating to Go so I can use all CPU threads. Yeah, I don't know what you're really talking about, but I guess I don't have much experience with Go. Does Go just automatically use all threads by itself without you telling it to or something? Can other languages do multi-threaded processing as well? Or is that like Go's specialty? I don't know. I guess it would need to measure time and space complexity, so the single output string that Advent of Code uses wouldn't be enough. Yeah, that's a good point. and then test cases, I guess, too. Like multiple different test cases. Jax Bills, what's up? How you doing? All right, let's see. Let's try this dang thing again. We gotta stop it. We gotta build it. We gotta run it. Stop it. Build it. And then run it. Node, I think, uses one thread and one events loop. I don't know much about Node either. Go routines and channels aren't that special anymore. And you can do that correctly in multiple languages. This is what I thought too. Like, all right, even though Node might just have one thread on an event loop, I don't think that necessarily means you can't do multi-threaded things. But I don't know anything about Node, man. I would think that there is some way to do parallelism in Node. Otherwise, like, that sounds crazy. That Node.js, one of the most popular backend languages in the world, cannot do multi-threaded work. Sounds a little bit sus to me, man. Wow, shoveling was easier than I thought it would be. Dang, some light and fluffy snow, huh? Go will use multiple threads is my understanding. All right, maybe, all right. I don't know anything about Node, so I'm just like speculating here. But maybe in Node, like there's one thread in the main event loop, but it doesn't necessarily mean you can't spawn off other threads and have that main event loop somehow coordinate those threads or something. Yeah, I'm doing it in Node using async and non-blocking with promises and handling it, but I think the runtime is heavier. You should use C++ then. Hey, Streamering, thank you very much for the hydrates. Cheers. All right. So we built it. I guess we gotta run it now. I don't even know why we need this dang health check thing, man. Nobody cares about health checks right now. Hey, all right. I don't know. I think I gotta take over, man, because I still get this error message. Ultra think how to fix it, or else I will have to downgrade my max subscription plan. Gotta roll up those sleeves. Cheers, hey, thanks. Yeah, that's that's how I roll up my sleeves, man. I gotta threaten it. I don't like to threaten it too much, but every now and then you need to do it. The engineers I was working with at the time were familiar with Node, so we used Node. Just considering writing in Go and deploying to AWS Spot instances. I'm running on K8s. That's why I'm considering Go, because I understand Google designed the language for K8s. I see. Yeah, I don't know anything about Go really. But I imagine Go might be a good choice if I think, yeah, it sounds reasonable. If you saw how I threatened AI in my messages, you'd think I was top one worst human on earth. Dang, they're coming for you first. The most important question is how much coordination needs to be done between these parallel routines. Yeah. Patel's. Howdy. Jason Momoa. Yeah, I don't think so, man. I don't think. He's like 10 feet taller than me, probably. And he's strong. I'm not strong. Hey, should I even care about this health check thing? Who cares about health checks, right? We're gonna. I feel like I'm wasting time on this thing. I've been getting weird health check stuff too lately. I don't know where it's coming from. Is this Opus 4.5? It should be. It should be Opus 4.5. Alright, we rebuild and let's run it again. Alright. I'm gonna take over, man. Let's see. It's just the HTTP handling in the WebSockets that has issues. Oh, I think it's... Wow. Alright. I have an idea. Can we put some debugging log statements in I guess at the routes to see if, like, when the request is coming, if it even makes it to that route? Oh shit. I'm gonna just put that. It didn't even get all what I said, but it's alright. What are we working on? Working on typing game. I think when you try to do backend infra stuff with Opus, it tries to add health check endpoints. Once you know what kind of communication style would be best between these parallel processes, then you'll know what's the best platform to deploy. Yeah, I don't know if I should even worry about this health check thing right now. I just want to see the thing working. I don't care about the health, right? Anyways, let me stop this, and then I'm gonna have to rebuild it. And then redeploy or turn it back on. A streamering. Thank you very much for that hydrate again. I'm running out of water. Cheers. That's it. No more water. Alright, let's run it again and let's see if we see like any logs, man. I don't even think it's making it there. Was it health check? Alright, here we go. Look at this and let me know if there is anything relevant. Hey, Steven Sagiball, what's happening, man? I left you on red. What are you talking about, man? How is blocking code still an issue? We knew about it decades ago. How are people still making that mistake? No good, Nick. What's happening? What are you talking about? Anyways, check Discord DMs. All right. You want me to answer that right now? Or should I answer you privately? Sure, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling all right. Everything's good. I'm a little bit hungry right now, though. Wait, I saw in chat here people are talking about what happens when devs write blocking code. I see. Oh, maybe Blue Cactus AI is working on something, and Sorcerer is they're talking about parallel work and stuff. You don't understand async promises and non-blocking versus blocking. You can't block the event loop. Huh. Anyways, let's see. Let's see if Claude can figure this out. But I might just say, who cares about this health check, man? And let's move on. It seems like there's some flag you set in the library to increase the size. All right. Keep TCP health check already working. This is exactly the problem. All right, maybe it fixed it, man. We'll see. Where is the error? It's not really an error, but it is an error. Request header feels too large. From WebSockets. So a quick Google search told me that there is a flag you have to set. I don't know why Claude couldn't figure that one out. Maybe it can't go on the internet to look. So I had to link it like a GitHub issue, and then it read it and I was like, oh yeah, I see what we got to do now. But we'll see if it really sees right now. All right, we got to rebuild. I don't think we made very good progress. I haven't even seen what it's done. I'm still just trying to get it to work, you know? Alright, now we gotta run it. Could not load Supabase. What are you talking about, man? Alright, so... Man, it's still broken, man. Anyways, I'm gonna just abandon this and go without the health checks, because I'm not even using this for HTTP stuff, man. So I think this just sidetracks me for no reason, really, because this is only supposed to be a WebSocket server, you know. RMRF the whole project and start from scratch. Yeah, I don't think it's that bad yet, but I don't even have curl. Maybe in this there's curl. Oh yeah, it works on that. I guess the browser has a whole bunch of headers. I'm gonna say, okay, it works. Let's move on. Who cares, man? All right. Is it gonna work? I don't think so. I don't even think I gave it my Supabase info, man. Like my TypeBlazer server thing. I didn't give it my keys or anything. Let me ask it. I never gave the TypeBlazer server my Supabase keys and URLs. Where can I do that? Please don't show keys in terminal. Would it work if it's on incognito? Hey, maybe, but I think I've moved on with my life from that. It works with curl. It worked in incognito. It's just not working. So I think it's fine enough for me, man. But yeah, incognito, interesting. Maybe incognito has a bunch of not headers in there or something. Darna's gonna post memes to your database. Dang, maybe I should tell it to show my keys then. Hey, I told it not to show my dang things. It showed my URL though. Come on, man. Anyways. All right, create an env file. Let me do that real quick. I gotta hide. New env file. I'm gonna just copy. What I need, just the URL, port. I don't need anything crazy. All right, now we gotta rebuild, and then I gotta stop it, build it, run it. For legal reasons, that was a joke. Any meme that may or may not pop up is not mine. Yeah. Hey, you guys, I don't even know if I have. Let me try and find it. You guys want to see my favorite coding meme ever? Let me try and find it, man. Yeah, all right, here we go. My favorite coding meme. Oh man, it's so good. You guys ready for it? Here it is. C, C++, C sharp. Well, I don't know what this last one is, but the first time I saw this at Google the first time on the internal meme page, like when I first started. It was so funny, man. I don't think it's that funny anymore because I've seen it so many times, but like, dang, how come I never noticed that, you know, C and then C sharp is basically just two C++. Anyways, that's the next language to come out, man. absolute best coding meme for me. The sea they had during the times of Interstellar. Alright, what are we doing? Where we're running this. I just want to see the dang project work. Hey, what the hell? I have to pass it the environment variables, or will it read from the .env file? Fun fact that ++, if you put it vertically rather than horizontally, the horizontal slashes are slightly askew, diagonal, and parallel to each other, is the most standard notation for half-sharp coarser tones in Western music notation. What are you talking about, man? So it is in fact half of a C sharp in music too. Alright, I see what you're saying. Interesting. I can never remember the difference between a promise and a future. Yeah, I don't know anything about promises and futures. Alright, I guess I'll just use the flag here. So I'm gonna kill this. Pass the flag. Sandru Can 14. Thank you very much for the follow. I gotta stop the server and then I gotta run it. Superbase URL not set? What you talking about, man? Alright. Shit. I just passed it the thing. I'm gonna say option 2 did not work. I have the env file, right? All right, let's try it one more time. Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, I didn't put type Blazor server latest. Superbase URL not set. That's not true, man. I'm gonna just hard code it at this rate. All right, we'll do that. We'll do that. Stop. All right, nobody look. I guess I have to pull this from my env file. So what are you talking about? Again, curl could not resolve host name. Walser. Hey, I don't have any more Walser, man. And I'm about to end stream real soon, so sorry. I'm not hydrating. DNS? What are you talking about, man? Alright, let me think. Where, like, why is it even using curl? Should I, like, look in the code? Can you point me to the code that... Anyways, man. It's almost lunchtime. Are you still vibe coding if you look at the code? Yeah, it's a vibe, man. I'm just seeing if I can spot anything. $153 to one something. In what, man? There's so many. I guess there's only one file. 153. Man, there's no curl there. Maybe it's in some other thing. Oh, maybe it's this one. Oh, right here. Curl. So, what did the error say? The error said could not resolve host name. Can you add a debugging statement in the fetch URL function that prints out the host name or the URL, please? What are y'all talking about, man? A future is the read side and a promise is the write side of the same general thing. Interesting. Huh. Oh, very interesting, Fluffy. Never knew that either. As a Java dev, I've only ever used futures as a reader, so I guess that tracks, though. I wasn't aware that Java had such a thing as promises. Something neat to look into. Yeah, I don't think I've ever really used futures and promises, man. So I don't know anything about that. Alright, I gotta go soon, but I'm just going to rebuild, run it, and then see what's going on here. And then go eat lunch and take a break, and then I'll come back and do this off stream. Like, do the rest of whatever I'm doing. One thing about LLM, I would never have even considered changing a language for a service that was built already, but now at least consider it. Yeah, I generally wonder, do you think giving detailed orders to the agent helps your leadership task delegation skills? Might have to put that on my resume, yeah. I led a team of 5 AIs, or a 5-person team. Yeah, I was actually a manager. Before Google, I was doing managing work at the startup, man. So I was kind of just delegating tasks to the juniors and interns. Hey, what did I just do? We gotta run it, yeah. Curl error. Could not resolve host name, man. So it doesn't even... Where else do they use curl? Wait, look. So the URL is there. Alright, is there a more detailed error message that we can print out instead of just the curl easy error? Hey, what about halftime job for an additional income? Yeah, I'll consider that in a couple years, I think. But I'm not to the point where right now time is my most precious asset, and I'm not ready to give that up for a couple dollars just yet. But if I do get to that point, I'll just look for a remote job, I think. Just any remote job with as minimal meetings as possible, and I'm just vibe coding everything. I've learned so much working with interns. I work with local colleges doing capstone projects and stuff. What kind of things do you learn from interns? Do you mean things like working with people, or more technical things like the interns are showing you cool things that you didn't know of? Alright, I'm over time, man, but I just want to see what this debugging thing is gonna... Man, I've been stuck on this, trying to get this dang server to work with the Supabase for a while now. I remember initially when I was writing this project, there was some problems because Supabase doesn't have a C++ client, but I believe I made one, but I don't see it here. I can't remember. I vibe coded a Supabase client, maybe in another project. I thought it was this one, man. Could not resolve host. Could it be because it's HTTPS, or anyways, I'll paste this here. Maybe I'll try the DNS thing, and then I gotta go. Sharsh, please tell me the best YouTube videos to learn coding from. Start aiming for AI/ML. I don't know anything about AI/ML. Sorry. Alright, I'm gonna just try this dang thing, man. Network host, or DNS 888 for Google DNS. What was it? Just like that? Or two things? Still could not resolve host name. Anyways, wait, both. They all know different things. Like, one intern told me to press Control R in terminal to search. Yeah, I use that all the time, man. Don't defense, type racer. Alright, I guess I'll do type racer and then I'm out of here, man. This is the bad part about vibe coding, in my opinion. When you continuously ask the LLM to fix issues, it says, here, fix. But in reality, it's the same or worse. Yeah. Hey, and then, alright, do you know you can press Control R And you can keep pressing it to cycle through different things too. Like if I wanted to know, I know it started like Docker builds, but if that's not the command, I keep pressing Control R and it will cycle through everything that matches with that. But I'm guessing you already knew that if you knew about Control R. Do you enjoy vibe coding? Yeah, I do. Hey, Bobby Bow, what's happening? I don't have any water to hydrate, unfortunately, but I'm about to go after we do this type racer. Anyways, I'll figure this out after. Type racer and then lunchtime. I want to stop using Type Racer and start using Type Blazer, man. A lot of people don't know you can enable a Vim mode on the terminal as well. Ugh, Vim. I hate Vim. Alright, here we go, man. First race warm-up, second race championship round. Vim is the best, you think, Fluffy? Dang. I don't get it, man. I forgot to link in YouTube. There's the link. What skills should I master if I want remote job max? If I want a remote job max when I graduate in a few years? Hey, I think you should master some AI skills like vibe coding if you want to get really good at that stuff. Sandrew, what's happened, says, man, I've been lurking a little bit. Grateful to find this so I can vibe to what I'm studying currently. Hey, thank you. Welcome. All right. Championship race. I actually did not send the message to the Discord. I gotta be better about Discord, man. Yeah, I think I have some algorithms to make up too, because I didn't study algorithms last night, but I'm not really feeling like it. Alright, here we go. Championship round. Should we give people a little bit of time to get in from the Discord if they're in? How do you learn coding with vibe coding? Seems like you become over-reliant on the AI. I don't know. I learned how to code in an era before vibe coding. So there was no other way for me. But in this new age, I'm not too sure what the right move is. I think it's beneficial to probably know a little bit of coding, you know. All right, here we go. Dang, it's a long one. Championship round. All right, Fluffy, I want to see a personal best from you today. Dang, I got 100 for that long passage. Don't defense 109. Fluffy with a 134. Yeah, this one, I'm surprised I hit triple digits on that one. All right, let's see. Type racers. Type racers. Fluffy with 134. Very nice. Let's see. Man, that's only our 4th win. Crazy. And man, Simon add a 2nd place counter. Hey, we won't need a 2nd place counter once Type Blazer is working. I'm trying to finish Type Blazer soon. So I think I'll be focusing most of my on-stream time for Type Blazer now, more than on Midnight Simon. So I'll be working on this all week, Type Blazer. So right now, I'm just trying to like get the project running again. It's supposed to be hooked up to Supabase and everything, but I'm having some difficulties. I'll investigate later on today. All right, that's it for me for now. I'm gonna go eat lunch and then see you guys later. We got a raid. Somebody... Wait, I think I missed a message earlier. Somebody's asking me about raiding or something. Oh yeah, Chubby Puppy Bear says, what kind of raid would you most want to attract, or if you could choose any of them? I don't know what that means. What kind of raid? What am I eating? I don't know, man. Sandwich, maybe. Should we hit vibe coders? Not that many vibe coders on. Looking forward to the Algo streams. Hey, one was supposed to be last night, man, but it never happened. But tomorrow for sure. Alright, I don't know who to raid, so let's pick somebody from down here. Hey, what's this little kid doing, man? Get off. Get off Twitch. Coding some shit. Mastronaut. Day 15. Who knows what that is about? Claude Code. Somebody setting up Claude Code. Is this the one? The no camera. Maybe that got a microphone. They got a microphone. Let's go. I don't know, man. I started that raid. I'm gonna cancel it. I don't know about this guy's name, man. Too many K's in there, man. Too many K's. It's like a little bit too much. Anyways. Hey, this 24/7 dreams chasing. Sus. I think it's a little bit sus, man. Maybe a Fortnite streamer? No. Incognito mode? Nah, that guy isn't even there. 124 days? Nah. Pixel art animation? Man, slim pickings out here. TypeScript. Should I just end stream? Alright, I'm gonna just hit coding with strangers. He's doing some co-working, so if you're on that vibe, let's hit coding with strangers. When will we see you again? I'll be on tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time. What's wrong? His name is just Creative Coders with a K. Yeah, it's too many Ks, man. Are you the only one The only vibe coder on Twitch? Yeah, I thought there'd be way more people vibe coding all the time, but I guess not, man. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today. I don't think I got too much done today, unfortunately. But we made a little bit of progress, at least. I guess today was mainly about trying to remember what the hell we're doing with Typeblazer. But it's running, it's working. We just need to get it hooked up to Supabase. I think it's already added the authentication. And then I gotta deploy it and see what's up. All right, Bobby Bao. Is that... Wait, Bobo B Bao. What? De Jesus. See you next time, man. Don't defense program. Adios. Blue Cactus AI. KJ Betts. Have a good day. Thank you for tuning in. Sandru Khan. Everybody who's out there, who's lurking. See you next time. See you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Fluffy. See you next time. In just 90. Adios. Everybody from YouTube. Have a good night. And everybody else. See you later, man.